I'm Byron Bardy, VP of Corporate Development and Strategic Alliances at ON24, which is a digital experience platform geared towards B2B marketers trying to generate demand generation and drive revenue. And background is over 20 years of corporate development, buy-side M&A in enterprise software. Setting aside the fact that I'll be very excited to actually meet target management team in person and be able to go out to dinner, I'm very much looking forward to getting back to that. But we did have one thing we tried at my company that was new for virtual due diligence that I believe will stick around and we'll go with going forward. And that was the idea of having the target management team create a pre-recorded video where each department had slides with a live presentation video along with it, explaining what they do, how they run their departments, what they're focused on, product demos, etc., and into a long, hour-plus long video that we were able to then distribute to our buy-side due diligence team ahead of virtual due diligence meetings, so they could get to know their area of the business, get to sort of see an interaction through a video of the person they're going to meet. And I thought it was really a great way for our team to get up to speed in advance of doing a bunch of chopped up separate due diligence sessions versus the old days where you'd go all day or even over multiple days going through sections in person in a conference room. So it was one thing that we adapted to, and I can see us using that going forward because it was so successful. It's unquestionably the companies that are related to virtual events. Since the pandemic happened, and everybody had to take whatever interactions they were doing, whether it was sales or marketing, conferences, training, everything going on into a digital mode. There's a bunch of startups that came around related to virtual meetings, and they, obviously experienced huge growth last year. And right now that we're coming over a year and 15 months later, and things are starting to go back to where I'm seeing more deal flow with these virtual events related companies trying to capitalize on their momentum and their growth from last year before it maybe starts to tail off. And one wild example from my industry is a company called Hopin, which was just a startup in October of 2019 with like 6 people. And they had this idea to try to make in-person events happen with the same level of engagement online, not realizing what was going to happen. And they've now, through 2020 and the first part of this year, raised over $700 million in venture capital, the last round at a $4.5 billion valuation. And not even sure what their revenues are. They've obviously added a lot of customers, but it's just a wild example of taking advantage of the hype around the whole idea of virtual meetings.